All right, today I need to get this gas tank mounted. Once I get it mounted, then I can get it finished so it doesn't keep corroding here. So those are my goals for today. And really, it needs to go about there. So let's see. How does it... I can't close this all the way because then I'll have a hole. So that looks super close in the front. I don't know how much more the front comes down, probably the same as the back. Let's start by making sure it'll fit, first of all, I guess. So let's cut our hole. We're going to need a hole. That's for sure. Because this gas lid, this tank lid's gonna have to go through it. Just has to. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's pretty close to center on that lid. Well, let's go peak to peak. We're 13. So half of 13 is 6.5. So right there is where this hole needs to go. Now, it needs big enough for that cap to fit through. I don't want to be too excessively large, but it might need to be. Uh-oh. All right, well, this needs to move back a little bit for the center. Needs to be bigger anyway. That works out. So now let's figure that out. Looks like overall that might be a pretty good location. Okay, so there's very little extra room there. I might have to radius that for that. And I think what I'm gonna have to do, because it's like, just fits there. I think I'm gonna have to mark it, cut that. And I'll have to weld in some rod to kind of hold it while I make the actual mounts, because there's gonna be no room for misplacement here. All right, so the back needs to drop just a little. The front has room, but the back needs to drop. Otherwise, that's a pretty good spot for it right there. So to drop the back, that has to clear. All right, my battery cut out of me at some point, so I'm not sure where, but I ground on this tube until it matched the cutout contour perfectly. Now it matches. Now it's time to weld. All right, now this should have the needed clearance. Let's clean it up real quick. All right, it's still just touching. That ought to do it.
A little bit more off of here, maybe. No, I think we can split the difference and have it be perfect. That right there is gonna weld it.
All right, now we have this welded in. Let's clean it up. All right, let's see how it fits now. Oh, I think it's gonna fit much better. Oh yeah. We actually have a good bit of room for it now. Get this put in with a couple little screws too, just loose, to see, make sure it'll clear if we can avoid doing any more damage to the lid. Yeah, because I'm gonna have this wiring too. It's gonna need a bubble. See that? Oops. Yeah, because otherwise, right there is it. Right about there, it's gonna need a bubble. And that will do. All right, so between my bubble and getting my cap centered, I got it where it needs to be. I used a couple little rods. Not sure, might be stainless. Cracks easily once I weld it, we'll see. But it looks like it'll hold it till I get some mounts made for it. And that's where it needs to be. I had to do some weird welds to bend it and get it short and move just a little bit on it, and we got it. It's fairly tight there now. It's with those 3 spots, enough mocked up to have it hold while I make some mounts for it. So it's going to come off the side of that about an inch, so let's go for one mount. So what we're gonna do now is let's make the bottom, make sure it's good for a mount, I guess.
All right, now we're gonna shape these. Make them nice, round looking circles. Now these.
All right, while that weld's cooling, we're gonna pilot drill a hole here. These will be the tabs that these attach to that get welded to the frame. This is still fairly hot. What I want to do is drill and tap it. All right, so if that's gonna go that way, I want this longer side to face the frame. Just like that. All right, so the first one's welded in there. I have the bolt out right now, so that way it doesn't mess up it or anything. I'm gonna end up putting it back in here in a little bit once that all cools. However, in the meantime, I'm gonna start working on the mount for over here. It's not too bad, actually. It's a little on the long side. Let's see. Now, it's time to weld that on. All right, I got that end welded on. I want to kick this a little bit that way to help offset it. That way we make sure that other piece makes contact with the frame. So let's see, how's this look up here? There you can see, this one's useless now. There we go. All right, it's welded on. I'm still gonna have to finish it once I get it off, but let's see. Let's see if we can get this in there. Hopefully it's not too hot. All right, tank's fairly firm. I do have to do one more thing. Now I have to cut off that stick, that last stick, so I can put my mount there. All right, now I'm gonna weld that one. All right, now let's drill. I'm going to weld this one right here. All right, I got the last one welded on here. Now I'm just gonna let it cool, and then we'll pop it off, finish welding her up, and do all that stuff. I just want to make sure that bolt fits after it cools. I finished welding it all up. Now I just want to give it a good scuff sand on the outside, get it all cleaned up, get all that new rust. Then I'll put my stuff on the inside, and I'm gonna hit up the outside. So just gonna do that because since it's still so good looking, I don't want to let it go to waste. All right, now we got it all cleaned up again real quick. Now we're gonna do some stuff on it. Like I said, you see how easy it rusts, and the heat it rusts even more. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but I wish to get some stuff on it, get it sealed up inside and out, because this is the gas tank and it does look so darn good right now. I think we just need to make it done. So directions: drain all fuel, mix part of this, roll the tank around, then place it in a different position every 2 hours or so it can cover all inside surfaces. Repeat this step until solution comes out clean, then rinse tank thoroughly. That's for the degreaser. The metal prep, no. So they don't tell you about all this other stuff when you buy it, but we're going to pour this right here. Pour it into the tank, cover the fill hole, then slowly rotate the tank to cover all surfaces and seams. Then drain for at least 30 minutes and allow 96 hours for drying. Do not reuse sealer. Silver! Now let's dump it in. It doesn't appear that I have any leaks, so that's good. But now we wish to drain it. because these areas will be getting fuel on them. And I know the rattle can spray paint that I'm planning on painting this with won't hold up to it, up to fuel, because it's rattle can. Rattle can doesn't. But if this does, cool. We'll let it do this, like it said, for at least 30 minutes. And then we'll just start putting it on a different side every so often. So this stuff can really just soak in anywhere if there's any pinholes. I didn't see it coming out anywhere at all. So I'm pretty sure I got it sealed up real good. All right, so this has dried. My fingers don't touch it or don't do anything. It doesn't feel sticky or anything. I think I'm gonna try and mask it and paint the green. I think it's enough. Probably just inside you really have to let it dry because fumes and vapors get trapped, I'd imagine. Not really sure, but it seems like it's going pretty quick, so we're gonna give this a shot. All right, now we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Let it dry real good before we go put it on the tank. This is Krylon, so it dries in like no time, so I don't know, 20 minutes. All right, well, I gave it a quick scuff sand with 1500 grit and a quick little polish. I'm gonna need my real polisher. Looks better, you don't see the deep scratches so much, but I need to get at it. But not today. Today, what we're going to do, now what we're going to do, since that dried super fast, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this gas tank on here. I'm not gonna be able to mount its accessories today just to make sure everything dries, but we'll get the tank on here so it's happy, joy. These flies are ridiculous this year. Oh, this one moved quite a bit. Hopefully it'll pull it out and down. Yeah, so these definitely shrunk in a little bit, but obviously workable. So hopefully it sits here and they kind of pull back to normal. But that's mounted now. Hopefully it'll work it. We'll see. But that there is mounted. I've got room for my stuffs. I can put my little filler neck, my thing, the thing. And it should leak fuel out the bottom where I want it to, and where I want it to only, which is gonna be right here, and it's gonna come out and be able to go there. So we got a thing. Let's see how centered that looks. Whoop, whoop. That's right. I don't want to scratch my fresh paint too much. So let's see. Cool, we're all clear. And it's home. All right, today is Tuesday. I mean, it's been 96 hours since I finished this, so it's all nice and dried up real hard. So we're gonna go ahead and install some things. That might be enough right there. Let's see. Yep, just about flush with the bottom of the tank, maybe a little bit higher. So that's good there. I'll be able to drain it all. So now we have this nut on the bottom of it. We want to tighten that up. And let's tighten this nut. So this nut is what's gonna more or less lock it in place. And it has the seal on it also. So tighten this nut, locks it in, and seals it up. And now, obviously I have the fuel cap. Rattle can paint will eat it. However, maybe not all of it. I have options. So I guess the options are, do I want it green like the rest of this so it disappears? Or do I want it black like a John Deere's things would be? Decisions, decisions. Now you can see the many layers of breather on this as well. Yes, that will look good there. Boom. I don't know, maybe it should have gone green. We'll see. All right, this has dried overnight. It's as dry as it's reasonably going to be expected to get, I believe. So let's get our grommet back on here. Oh yeah, look at that, eh? So I got that on there. Let's get my greasy fingerprints off of there. That's all them chicken nuggies, because I got a whole lot of nuggies. And put it on. Look at that. Oh boy. You know, I might have should have gone green. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think if it were green, it would blend in. But being black, I'm not trying to hide it. You know, and it fits with the theme. It's gloss. This stuff isn't gloss. But trust me, there will be more of that anyway. So maybe we'll see how it looks then in the end. But for now, I mean, I think it looks great. And ooh, that's like one of the first finished parts, isn't it? Besides my front suspension arms there. So there's more to come of that. I tell you what. So we shall see. We shall see. Next time I see you guys, I'll be playing with some more things and stuff. And we'll get this a little bit closer to done. See you then. Buff it up, 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 buff it up,